bringing a summer experience from traveling overseas and learning about international grain trade and marketing and going to different feed mills. I had no idea how complex that scenario actually was on how diets are formulated for animals and how those feeds are created. And through this difficult nutrition class that I've had here at NC State, I've learned more about the process that goes behind making those feeds for animals that I saw this summer in Southeast Asia. So that's probably the neatest thing I've noticed this summer, is applying a few of the experiences together at one time.
Do you think you'd apply that in a future career?
Possibly. Well, I am going to teach students about, and I'm focusing in animal science, so I can take both the experiences that I had overseas with learning about international grain trade and marketing, as well as what I've learned here in this nutrition course.
I've actually learned a lot in there that I never actually thought about before. Like I knew what tissue culture was in high school. Like I knew the concept of it, but when you get in this class and it actually tells you, the elephant ears most people have in their yards are all from tissue culture. You're talking about something that can create from one plant 1 million plants in less than 5 weeks. So I mean, people just don't really think about the concepts and a lot of times the technology involved with agriculture. And that's one of the main things I learned this semester, is the actual science and thought that has to go into. It's not just go out in a field and plant the seed, but there's these people that write the stuff and determine or say this is what influences a seed growth, or this is how to produce as many as possible. It's what makes the agriculture industry effective, and basically is what's helping it grow. And a lot of people don't see that this behind the scenes, like the simplest thing of tissue culture. It's super easy to do, but there's a lot of science and things behind it that people don't see when they plant, an elephant ear or some other ornamental plant in their garden.
The class that I'm in with Daniel, we have a guest lecture most every day of class, and even this morning it was about turf grass. So we've heard about biotechnology all the way to turf grass to sorghum and oats. We've heard about it all, peanuts. And so that's definitely broadened my horizons to, no matter how cliche that sounds, to all the different sectors in agriculture. We know it exists, we know it's out there, but it's neat to be in this course that brings it all together. It's an early morning course, so that's the only thing about it, that Daniel and I have to wake up pretty early to take it.
Just thinking about the people in there, it's a lot of us ag majors, and then people from all over NC State, engineers, history majors, no matter where they come from, they all have opinions about biotechnology, which is what the course focuses on. So that's something else that we've taken away from that course, is having discussions with them from ag backgrounds that we come from compared to where they come from, seeing agriculture in a different way and not necessarily agreeing with some farming practices that we're familiar with. So we've broadened our horizons a little bit in that course and been exposed to new opinions from different areas.
And then the most important thing that I've learned this semester that was definitely new to me was diving into the 2012 Farm Bill, and it's been really neat being in this big election year to learn about policies, and I've learned that in my U.S. Ag Policy course. And I think about those things and like how I can apply it as an agriculture teacher. I'll be honest, when we're in the high school ag setting, one of the last things we really learned about was policies when it came to agriculture. We knew of the Farm Bill, we knew it was out there, but for this class to actually dissect it and show us the importance of it, I know that it'll make me a better teacher, and I can show those students, why these different areas are affected by this part of government policy. And then we're in a lot of education classes, and they're always challenging us to connect agriculture education to other academic areas. And so I know that connecting ag ed and agriculture to civics and economics or U.S. history will be a good tool for me to use as a high school agriculture teacher.
This is our last summer until we actually get a job.
Are you guys nervous about that at all, or feeling excited about?
It's
a little
weird.
both.
Yeah, mixed feelings, and I think what hits home for me is we have a lot of friends who are about to student teach when it comes January. So right now they only have 2 more weeks of school left, and they're packing up their stuff. They're moving to different parts of the state to student teach. And I'll be honest, they're kind of frantic at times, trying to just wrap up life here at NC State. Student teaching is a great thing, but it's different than coming here to DHL Library every couple weeks or so. So it's different to see them go through it and knowing that that's going to be us in a year.
I'm actually ready to student teach.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I've talked with other ag teachers, and Scott Robson, my ag teacher, my high school ag teacher, and he said it's probably one of the best semesters he's ever had. Definitely not the hardest, so I'm actually really excited about it. I don't know about y'all.
We'll ask you that question after student teaching and see if it's
I'm sure I'll
something-
enjoy it. I really
Yeah, I'm
do.
sure.
I really do think I'll enjoy it.
I'm ready for the experience because you learn a great deal from being here at NC State, but realistically, you're not going to know what to do until you get into that classroom and figure out what your routines are going to be when you have your own classroom. So I think that experience will answer a lot of unanswered questions that we have at this point.